Hey everybody, I'm Andy Wike.
I'm Alan Britt.
I'm Steve Mawby.
And I'm Jeremy Reeves.
And we're doing something kind of different today. We wanted to smoke together and talk about
End of
smoking.
story. We just wanted to smoke.
Yeah.
We decided to film a video.
We realized that we could hang out like in contexts that were other than mystery review, which is kind of enlightening. And
it took us 25 years
It
to
took us
figure that
25
out.
years to realize we could actually just smoke things and talk about them.
We can put all kinds of people in rooms together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Crazy
Who would have
innovation.
thought? Like, we don't have to not know what we're smoking to talk about. Like,
Yeah, this is
sometimes,
going to be a first for me.
sometimes knowing helps. So,
I've literally never done that in all the years I've smoked a pipe. I'm just picking random stuff.
yeah,
What
of
is
course, yeah,
Just walking blindfolded into the bulk department.
100%. You got to train the palate.
I've broken a few jars. Don't worry about it.
So we're smoking the 2025 edition of Cornell Diehl's Small Batch From Beyond. Very, very fortunate and grateful to have Jeremy here.
And 2025 is what, the third run of this?
That's a great question.
I
I think the first time we did this was just as an exclusive for the Chicago show. And that was 2019.
Okay. So then maybe the fourth, because we did it.
This might be the fourth.
Okay. I didn't
We
know
will-
the lore went that deep.
Yeah.
We'll check the receipts and float it
Yeah.
later.
I know
Fact
factually,
check.
I started here in January 22, and I remember buying a tin from our lovely Low Country Pipe and Cigar here right before I started. So
Yeah.
I think the first commercial release was 21.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
21. I know we did it in 23 and then now 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's a really good blend.
yeah.
I think it's interesting because it's like, I don't know, all of us sort of admittedly don't smoke that many English blends,
Including me.
including you, Jeremy, you know? So the fact that this is like not only an English blend, but it's like a small batch English blend.
Yeah.
Kind of taking into incorporating all the small batch ethos, right? Like it's not just a good blend, it's also like us flexing our creative muscles and like trying something new. And I remember when you first developed this recipe, Jeremy, and like you were like chasing, like you were talking to me about like chasing this experience, right? Of like, particularly it was like a vintage, like really aged tin of Nightcap. Is that right?
Yeah, it was an old painted top 10. So I mean, in the range of like 30 years old.
Wow.
And yeah, really digging it. And had this idea of like, I wonder if I could try to recreate this sort of flavor profile, not by matching the quantities of the specific tobaccos in a blend, like not like trying to match
Like 1-to-1 kind of thing.
Nightcap, but trying to use the tobaccos available to me at Cornell and Diehl to recreate that flavor profile that I was experiencing from this one singular tin.
So where did one come across a super vintage tin of Nightcap?
secret.
Yeah, at the Chicago show, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where else?
So fitting that that's where it debuted then.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't attended a pipe show, Vegas, Milltown, Chicago, it's
others.
yeah, well, and others, etc. There are a lot of giving individuals there with old tobacco, and you are very likely to smoke something as cool as a really vintage tin of Nightcap. So that's just another reason to get out there, support the community, attend pipe shows.
And Andy, you mentioned that, that's
Shout
that's
out
very
Steve
true.
Norris.
Very true.
Steve
Oh,
Norris.
was it a
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
tin?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
in that vein.
General shout out Steve. But also shout out for
Shout out to our man Steve. Let's
Yeah.
go.
quick break for Steve.
Sorry. To have
No,
interrupted
it's
you.
a very, very valid shout out. Like,
Oh,
we should
yeah,
always-
yeah.
every video should just be shouted out.
I'll never turn down a Steve Norris shout out.
But Andy, you mentioned, a lot of us are not English smokers. I think this blend is interesting because there's enough of the Latakia presence here that if you are an English smoker, you'll like this. But it's also just so complex. There's so many other things going on that even if you're like myself, not an English smoker, like I dig this blend. It's, there's enough things there that the Latakia just kind of blends in with everything. It's not just like, oh, here's an English, here's some Latakia with whatever else. I mean, yeah. So can you like tell us a little bit about the blend? Like what went into it? Because it's a very complex blend. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Thank you. I thought
It wasn't a compliment. I don't like compliments.
Yeah, I mean, the reason we age tobacco, right, is because it develops all these like weird sort of transient aromas and flavors that like they don't stick around. They're volatile. It's stuff that's happened compacted in this like airtight environment, and when you introduce oxygen, this like it's the beginning of the death of it all. And so everything you're experiencing is that like last gasp of it, basically, which makes opening an old tin really special, and opening an old tin and like trying to share it around really special, because you sit on this for 2 or 3 weeks and basically you've got a very, very bland, flavorless tobacco, because all of these things that were like percolating in there have just given up the ghost. So in that pursuit of trying to match this flavor profile, a lot of what I was trying to do was use tobaccos that had really vibrant aromas, and try and use those things together to kind of give you the sense of some of that kind of really ethereal sort of flavor. In doing so, I used a lot of Oriental. I think probably more Oriental than is in Nightcap, but it's because Orientals like really engage the nasal cavity. Like so much of the flavor is like there. Whereas like Burley, you feel that at like the back of your palate. Or Virginias, you tend to notice it at the tip of your tongue. But like Orientals are basically all up in the nasal cavity. It's so much about the aroma.
That's so interesting. I feel like we talk about that a lot with cigars. Like, where in your mouth do you like feel the flavor, right? Like, where does it like hit, right? I don't think I've really taken that same approach with pipe tobacco, but like, it's a really good point. Yeah, like Orientals are far more like nasal. That's super interesting.
The retro hill on this is kind of incredible. I think, like Steve was saying, it's a complex blend, but I think balanced is how I would describe it. I mean, there is sweetness, spice, this floral, herbal spice from the Orientals, and nothing is out of whack. It's everything is a harmonious.
There be harmony.
There do be harmony.
Even using tobaccos that I had available to me, like what we would consider like ready to go blending components, still everything in this blend is at least 3 years old.
Wow.
And that's so the youngest thing in it is 3 years old in this particular iteration. And then we have this old Latakia that we got our hands on from 2004.
2004, wow.
So this is the first time that I'm really using like truly vintage tobacco in that 2004. I mean, everything else, like whenever we're using it, it's like 3 to 5 years is kind of where we try and keep things for the most part. Every once in a while there's an outlier, but it's not. It's always vetted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, using really vintage leaf, this is the first time that's ever been done in from you. So it sort of breaks with the main idea of it, but it was like, how can I not include
this really special leaf?
This in that, in this pursuit of the flavor of vintage, because aging in a bale is not the same as aging in a tin.
Sure. Right.
It's just mellowing. So it contributes so much more to like the softness of that smoky character.
More like delicate,
and kind of like,
And this blend is very smooth.
Absolutely.
I think soft is a good word for it.
Suavecito.
That's already beyond my language skills.
So I believe I saw a quote from Jeremy where you stated that it tastes like nighttime,
nighttime.
in the woods,
Yeah,
and that's super
that's
accurate.
very
Oh, yeah.
very descriptive.
So I'm a big lumber of the Old One series, and I think it ties in perfectly with that. When you initially blended this, did you plan on it being a part of the Old Ones, or did that kind of happen from the flavor
I actually
profile?
don't remember that either. Yeah.
You know, I can't remember. When I was working on it, this was just like a, Jeremy Reeves against himself challenge. Like this was just like, can this be done? And then, from there it was like, how do we describe this? Like, what should we- and
I just picture Jeremy in the C&D room, just like shadow boxing with himself. Like, you're never gonna do it. You can't pull it off. Yes, I can.
running halfway up the steps and like running out of breath.
I mean, it is sort of like an impossible task what you set out to achieve, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's this super, super old tin of nightcap that, like, has a very distinct experience that you have to, like, enjoy within, like, the first couple days of opening the tin.
Yeah.
And, like, trying to recreate that, like, at scale seems really hard.
And especially because, I mean, I imagine you smoked one bowl of this nightcap in Chicago. It's not like,
no, I had the 10.
oh, you had
wow.
the tin.
Yeah, I
okay.
had the tin.
Okay.
Awesome.
I was gonna say, it's not like you just have like 100 tins of this laying around that you can
It's not
sand
that much easier,
and,
though. It's still only
compare.
got one tin.
Yeah,
Like, you know
yeah,
what
it's
I
not
mean?
like he had a whole supply of this, like a barrel full of tobacco. He's like, all right, I can test against this and see how it is. And, that's a big challenge.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun realizing that, like, I mean, that's so much of the fun of like cooking is like going to a restaurant, having something, and then trying to figure out how to recreate it. And so it was kind of the same sort of idea. Just
Yeah.
using the tobaccos at hand to create the flavor and experience that you're looking for, instead of thinking rigidly about like this tobacco style gets blended this way or this blending component gets used in these quantities, and using those things in whatever combination you have to get the effect you're trying to achieve.
What I find really interesting about small batch, like as a project or as like a way for C&D to like flex its creative muscles, like in tobacco in general, right? Whether we're talking about cigars or pipes or whatever, like I feel like historically consistency has been prioritized over kind of everything, right?
Sure.
Like what's something we could replicate and it tastes very identical over
Sure.
time. I feel like with small batch, it's so cool how it's become just more than the sum of its parts, and how like this is not the first time we've released From Beyond, but this is like this is a unique expression of this blend that's exclusive to this year.
Yeah.
And like we can see that in Sun Bear, we can see that in CRF. Like all of these blends have sort of taken on this identity where it's like every year that we release them, it's not just like, all right, guys, here it is again.
Yeah.
Like if you needed to restock, right? It's like this is like this year's interpretation of
iteration.
this
Yeah.
blend. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like grades change because like there's only a certain amount of tobacco in the world,
Right.
and like it gets consumed. And also just like I don't know, you have access to different leaf than you did like in the original moment, and just like I don't know, like seeing the identity of these blends also evolving with your identity as a blender has been really interesting too. It's just like I don't know, I feel like you're constantly challenging yourself, and like, all right, yeah, what I did last time was like really great, but how can I make it like 2% better next time? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like this constant like, I don't know, iteration, which I think is really cool.
And speaking of that, can you tell us what is different about this one as far as varietals and grades?
Yeah. So last time we did From Beyond, we would have been using the Oriental from 2013 and 2018. Now this is old, right? Like this is what we were using at the time. Now we're using Orientals from 2019 and 2022. The Bright Virginia would have been from 19, if memory serves.
think so.
You know, you guys are at home able to like check the backs of your tins. So
Fact
you
check
know,
us.
yeah, absolutely. I'm going off of old memory. The Latakia was Turkish, which is also present here in cooperation with that 2004. But the Turkish Latakia crop probably would have been 20. And then the dark burley component has probably changed a little bit. We're still using the 2014 dark burley that we've been using for a long time, but also using it in combination with some from 2018 and some from 2022.
And then, of course, Perique.
And the
Yes.
Perique,
Yes.
the Perique crop year would have been 20, but it still was 31 farms, St. James Parish. So the crop year is different, but the producer is the same.
Sure.
And when I found, obviously the Perique is prominent on the palate, that spice comes through, and I love how Perique can play different roles in different blends.
Yeah.
Like specifically in some blends, you get this umami, blue cheesy kind of funk. Where this, I definitely get that stereotypical plum.
Stone
as some
fruit,
people say,
yeah.
stone fruit.
Yep.
But it's so, that fermented quality is so present on the tin note. That was the first thing I noticed. And as a Perique lover, I really dug it.
Yeah, I think I forgot how like noticeable a Perique is in this
Yeah.
blend.
And it's gotten more noticeable as I've worked through this.
Yeah.
It's still harmonious. Still like
yeah.
plays in tune with everything else. Tobacco philosophy, Jeremy. Philosophy question. Maybe you can end the age-old tobacco
Oh
debate.
God. If you're gonna ask if this is Scottish,
That's exactly what I was going to
don't know if I
ask.
would
Do you think? What do you classify a Scottish blend as?
So I, in general, don't really subscribe to all of the like,
label.
like it puts things in a box.
Right.
And I don't think that's the way, that's not the way I cook. That's not the way I think about flavors. That's not the way that like you have fun. Like sticking things in a box is not the best way to get the most out of the experience.
Jeremy has evolved beyond your question.
That's
Yeah,
that's essentially
that was a grade A deflect.
So, all right. So that said,
That was very skillful.
I wanted to then jump into like, so what are the delineations that we typically think of in English? So I say Balkan. One person's going to think that means like a super heavy English, and another person is going to say, well, the Balkan region is where we get Orientals, and so it would be like a blend that is balanced more towards showcasing the Oriental, and the Virginia and the Latakia is in the background.
So there's Balkans and there's sparkling Englishes.
Sparkling English. This is crazy.
that's a good term.
You're welcome, marketing. You can
like
use
it.
that term.
Yeah.
I like it, although I don't like the Twilight ever. It immediately makes me think of Twilight.
This is completely off topic. Maybe the most Alan thing ever. I went to pull a lighter out of my pocket and pull a cigar.
Yeah, you got to wait at least another couple minutes before
Right.
you
You gotta light the cigar and then use the cigar to
Yeah.
light your pipe.
and use the other end as a tamper. Perfect.
Yeah, like using your cigar to tamp your pipe, which then also lights your cigar, would be pretty wild.
Yeah, that's good. That's
It'd be like a whole new level of skill.
might be a good video. Marketing. Book it.
But like Scottish, some people think it's like a English blend that includes Black Cavendish. Some people think Perique.
Yeah.
And then there's also like, all right, so if you use Virginia, but some of it has been stoved, like, is that also basically
Cavendish
So,
component.
yeah, I think that I would rather talk about like, for me, like I'd rather think of it in terms of like a Latakia blend or a Perique forward blend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, is it a Virginia Perique? If there's anything else in there,
Sure.
Right.
to me that depends on the percentage and how much of a role it plays in.
Yeah.
But
How prominent it is when you're actually smoking it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big fan of the vapor ores, which feels kind of dumb to say. So I just say vapors with extra stuff.
right.
You know, little black cab.
And that makes you feel better than
does.
like vapor ores.
Vapor ore.
Like
Yeah.
the vapor ore sounds like hors d'oeuvres. Like, you know what I mean? It sounds a little fancy. And they're like a vapor with other stuff.
It sounds like Klingon to me.
Alan,
Like
don't
foreign
do that
language.
Can I get a vapor all the way, please? No.
Vapor with 2 extra pumps of Oregon.
That's a good point, though, Jeremy. I mean, even the term English, like lots of folks in the community, like would associate English with Latakia.
Yeah.
But then the other half would associate
Gallery.
English with just like non-cased, non-flavored,
Or
And
just
there's also
tobacco
blends that have
from
England.
from England.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like,
And there's also blends that have Latakia that a lot of people don't consider Englishes, or that we don't categorize as Englishes.
yeah, that sort of bothers me too. Like, I feel like with, I think because Latakia is such a prominent flavor, like it's such a noticeable, distinguishable flavor. I think like as pipe smokers, anything that has Latakia in it, we typically associate with an English blend.
Right.
But I've had like amazing
Yeah.
Virginia experiences that are just like
There's what's the peas blend? Bankside. Like,
Big Shot's like more.
well, I think it's only got like a pinch of Latakia. I would classify it as a Virginia blend
Okay.
with like
Yeah.
a literal
With extra
pinch of
stuff.
Latakia. Yeah.
See, I'm proving my own point.
There's also Moral Heights
Yeah.
and Lombard. Both of those kind of play in the same realm where it's like, you know, just a whisper of Latakia. Fillmore.
Yeah, and those are. I remember. I think we smoked Bankside on the mystery review, and it kind of. I think this was when you had your hiatus from the reviews. But yeah, I remember being kind of perplexed at what a pinch of Latakia can do to a Virginia blend. You know, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think so often it's used as the main focus of English blends that people forget that it can also be a very good condimental component as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had something like Sam Gowith Navy Flake. You know what I mean? Like, there's not that much Latakia in it, but it's like more than you would think.
Yeah.
Or Squadron.
But it doesn't. Yeah, I feel like Squadron comes off a little more lat heavy to me.
Yeah, for me it does.
But like Navy Flake is like, I get like smoked meats. Like it's like I'll smoke it in like a Old Dominion cob, and it's like just, I don't know. It's a very nostalgic experience.
Sounds very American.
Yeah, yeah. Even though it's from England.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
But not an English.
But not an English
right.
blend. Yeah, right.
There you
Yeah.
go.
We have a lot of terms.
Yeah.
You know, just like,
Yeah.
Well, I like that this turned into pipe philosophy or tobacco philosophy.
oh yeah.
So, what do you think about the new 10 artwork, Jeremy?
I love it.
Same.
It's so cool.
I do too.
I think it.
I do too.
I think it really kind of is an appropriate interpretation of, reinterpretation of the label artwork to go along with, sort of a departure or a reinterpretation of the way that I was thinking about From Beyond. But yeah, I mean, the image is just really cool, really creepy and spooky. I love
It's a good
the,
October blend.
Yeah.
yeah,
Good October
absolutely.
tin art.
It is definitely Halloween focused, and is definitely sort of an honorary, member of the Old Ones series, while also being small batch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, everyone knows I love my Mad Fiddler. It's like a sequel to the Mad Fiddler artwork. You have your tentacles on the Mad Fiddler, and then this is the final boss, the big shebang. It's weird. I kind of look at From Beyond as like the highlight in the Old One series. You have the I was going to say base blend in the Old Ones, and this is kind of your once every few years. I'm basically I am the ambassador for this series. Unofficially, they don't pay me, nor give me
all.
free tobacco. They should.
He's
Just to be clear, we do
He's
pay
here a
Alan.
lot.
Like, we do pay Alan.
Alan doesn't work here. He just shows
He's
up.
not just volunteering.
But Mad Fiddler,
You can keep thinking
Miskatonic,
that though. Yeah.
Innsmouth. I smoke all three of those regularly, and just everything in this series. Visions is insane, an experience that, in my opinion, you can't get in any other pipe tobacco, which I think makes it super special.
Yeah.
Kadad, also super unique experience, and I think From Beyond also fits in that category. That it's just a super unique iteration of an English blend or Latakia blend. After our philosophical talk,
It's a pipe tobacco.
yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
is
so
interesting.
cool,
I
yeah.
feel like the old ones. It's a very interesting series.
Yep.
Like, they're all sort of like reimaginings or reinterpretations of like classic, like blend types. You know what I mean? But there's like always like a little something there that's like you just wouldn't find anywhere else. Like, you know what I mean? It's like so unique. Like Cellophase is like just unlike
Yeah.
anything else.
I get, as crazy as it sounds, like wine and buttered popcorn,
I can see that.
which is nuts. But like, it viscerally puts me in like a state of mind of being dropped off wine in a movie theater.
Typical
Wine
Wednesday.
drunk in a movie
Yeah,
theater.
wine drunk in a movie theater does not sound like fun. Like, it sounds like a nap.
great time.
Yeah, you need to
It's a
change your
great time.
priorities, man. That's a great time.
It's a great time. Watching spooky movies, drinking overpriced, wine coolers.
Yeah.
Time.
Oh, wine coolers. That's a different vibe.
Oh, like prepackaged wine.
Okay, like box wine.
Yeah, box wine. Yeah.
Okay.
Drinking box
Alan's
wine.
just like smuggling a box of wine. in
It
his
says
wife's
no
purse.
snacks.
No snacks.
It doesn't say no boxes of wine.
A snack. I didn't bring glass into the movie theater. I got my little plastic cup. Like,
It'll be fine. Yeah.
Nozzle.
Yeah. My wife has the biggest purse you've ever seen.
Specifically for boxes of wine.
like, baby, you got my liter of wine. You know? We got popcorn. We got chocolate. We got a liter of wine.
Pip's like, oh, this is so sweet that you bought me this big purse. That's special. Yeah, we gotta smuggle some wine with that.
Yeah. Love that series, man. Love
Yeah,
it.
it's really good.
It is cool to hear that these super weird blends have struck folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
because the whole thing was like, all right, how do I try and capture some Lovecraftian thing?
Yeah.
Like weird stories. Weird stories are the jumping off point, and then like trying to blend around that and trying to make something that's good but odd.
Like with that like discordance and that like
Yeah.
eerie, like there's something amiss kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's always very subtle. Like even like Mad Fiddler or Cellophase, it's like, you know, there's something like a little otherworldly here. Like, you know what I mean?
It takes the people who go out and buy these blends. It takes a little bit of adventurous spirit.
Yeah.
Your guy who smokes Orlick and only Orlick, that's perfectly fine. I don't think those are the blends that guy is going to read the description and say like, oh, that's
I need
something
to try
want.
this.
Yeah. But it's a really rewarding experience, I think, for those who want to venture outside the box and say like, hey, I like vapors, but I want something, try something a little different, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, how many blends out there that have Virginia, Burley, Oriental, Latakia, and Perique?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of unique stuff going on here.
Yeah, this is for the spooky life. I always like to think that I bond with Jeremy and our love for spooky things. And this definitely speaks to that for me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as far as like what it actually tastes like, because I feel like maybe we haven't.
Right.
We've talked about it very abstractly, but like in
tastes-
terms of like,
It tastes spooky.
like
And
for you guys at
tastes
home
like
who
nighttime.
can't, this isn't a scratch and sniff video, so like,
But we are working on
but
it.
we are working on that. Yeah, I heard there were some developments in the world of online scratch and sniff technology.
Yeah, it's the future, kids.
Like when you go to Epcot and there's like the burst of like tangerine smell.
Burst of smell.
Yeah, working on some new packaging. You open the tin and it's just like,
You're working on new packaging where you open the tin and you can smell it. Yeah, that's,
Right.
that's impressive.
yeah, I think I've engineered a problem that doesn't exist. Surprise, surprise. Like, okay, but like, okay, spin the tamper. Yeah, it is very woody. It is very like I think there is sweetness. I wouldn't call it like an overly sweet blend.
No.
Like sweetness isn't the first thing that comes to mind. There's definitely like a foundational like sort of background sweetness that props up everything. I get a lot of like tangy, like herbaceous sort of flavors. Really
Getting
nice
some wine.
Yeah, really nice kick of like
Tangy
Perique.
wine.
Yeah, like a stewed fruits, like a mulled wine kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
It's the Oriental's so forward for me, and like as someone who loves those types of tobacco, that's what's singing to me.
The
It's just
Oriental.
that incense-like quality with kind of some warming spices, the tickle on the retrohale. That's,
Yeah.
I think those who like Oriental type tobaccos, Oriental forward tobaccos, this is something you should try for sure.
I'm getting some sourdough.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I think a lot of
Some
the,
pumpers.
a lot of the tartness is sort of an interplay between the Bright Virginia and the Orientals. But like with the Burleys and the Perique, and then like with the Latakia kind of being a little more mellow in the smokiness, it sort of gives me like the same, like the difference between milk chocolate and like a flourless chocolate cake, where it's like so dense and dark, and like you really just have to like savor these little bites. I feel like that sort of profile, but around something like wine. It's like a super condensed
Yeah.
sort of experience of something like wine.
Like if you reduced wine.
And then we're in a movie.
Yes.
And put the wine in
And chased it with some flourless chocolate cake.
That's right.
Since I know we're going to get asked, do you want to talk about what pipes we're enjoying this in today?
Yeah, for sure.
You want to go first, Jeremy, since you're the guest of honor?
Sure.
Yeah.
I am smoking a Moonshine Hillbilly
Oh, nice.
with the leather sandblast with white still.
I love those hillbillies,
I
man.
have
They're really
a few
cool.
of them, and I'm definitely chasing that 7-day set.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, they're like the perfect size.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's a nice pipe.
I am smoking the 2024 pipe of the year from Peterson. Really cool Rhodesian shape that
I love
Giacomo
that.
designed.
Yeah, I love that pipe of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love the line of the bottom of the pipe. Like, it's just so elegant.
I just like seeing the shape and knowing that like it's something that like Giacomo came up with. It's still insane to me that this isn't from like the 1896 catalog. Like it looks like a patent pipe. But nice white chamber on it. I thought it'd be good for this blend specifically.
For sure.
Nice. It's a beauty.
Thank you.
I'm smoking what has kind of become my go-to English pipe, a little orangey stained pot from our good friend Pete Prevost. I tried to smoke Virginia in this for a long time, and I just felt like I wasn't getting what I wanted. So I finally bended.
Because it's too large for you.
Yes.
It's the largest pipe you have.
I finally bent to the pipe's will. I tried Latakia, and I was like, this is what this pipe wants.
That's what it's for.
For sure.
Yeah, sometimes the pipe chooses the blend.
Yeah, sure.
I got my sandblasted Alexander Hasty Billiard, one of my dedicated English blends.
I really like his style stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
Hasty's good.
Yeah,
Happy birthday to Hasty. I just saw it was his birthday.
Happy birthday.
The young man turned 31, I believe.
Okay. I remember those days.
Yep. And he celebrated with some Briarworks back down south.
Nice.
Personal favorite of mine. Man of good taste.
Yeah, it's a good bling. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is a new thing that we're trying, so be sure to leave us a comment and let us know what you think of this new format. We'd like to do this sort of thing for new releases, but also like some of our favorites, just sort of like everyday staples that we reach for a lot. I think this is something that we could have Jeremy on again multiple times in the future, or maybe some other special guests. So really looking forward to seeing how this evolves. I love talking to you guys, and I love talking to you guys about tobacco specifically. Like, it's so much fun. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed it at home, and let us know if you'll be picking up a 10 from Beyond, if you like the new artwork. If you're excited about it, then let us know what you think about the new format. We're always looking for feedback. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Jeremy, for your time.
Thank you guys.
It's so much fun, and hope you guys enjoy this new edition of From Beyond.